Continuing coverage at this hour, Kamala Harris has chosen Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Here to talk about that choice and what it could mean for the campaign is Dr. Marc Clauson, a history and law professor at Cedarville University. Thanks so much for joining us, Doctor. First of all, your thoughts on this vice presidential pick?
Well, I think a lot of people were hoping it would be Shapiro from Pennsylvania. He's more moderate, and he's known to be moderate. I think the perception now, at least among independents and, of course, conservatives, Republicans, is that he has a veneer. Walz has a veneer of small town, traditional values. He was a school teacher. He served in the National Guard. He did all the kinds of things that you would expect ordinarily from a person living in the United States. But underneath that is also the problem of his policy ideas. And that's where the Republicans are probably going to hit him really hard. And that is his statements regarding socialism, actually the word socialism, which he favored, his policies toward the riots of 2020, his policies toward welfare type programs. Now, that may play well in Minnesota. Minnesota has an interesting demographic, but I'm not so sure it's going to play well in other places in the United States.
How does he compare to the Republican vice presidential running mate of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance?
In some ways, they're similar. Their backgrounds appear to be sort of small town values, Midwestern values, those kinds of things. The difference, of course, is that Vance came out of that background with a much more conservative outlook than Walz. So, yeah, on the surface, they look really very much alike. And when it comes to campaigning, that actually might help Walz. He wants to look as much like J.D. Vance as he can.
When people head to the polls, how important is it really for a vice presidential candidate? Do they look at that as a whole, or are they gunning more for the presidential nomination?
Yeah, we know pretty certainly, without a doubt, that most people are looking at the presidential candidate. The vice presidential candidate can add a little bit. He could also take away, but he's not going to add that much. He's not going to take away that much unless he's just a terrible vice presidential candidate. We've had those in history, not too many, but several. So yeah, it's not that, it's the presidential candidate. That's who we're going for.
You have about 30 seconds left, and we know that Harris and Walz are going to kick off their 7 swing state tour today, beginning in Pennsylvania. What do you think their message will be?
Their message is going to be, as much as possible, as much as they can make this work, that they're here for you. They believe that they can create an economy and be in charge of other policies that will make the American people better off. That's the message. It is sort of an economic message. It's it's supposed to be a message similar to Donald Trump's message. Now, the issue, again, is underneath the surface. How do you accomplish that? That's where things can get dicey.
Yeah, and it could be quite a challenge looking at the economy today with the jobs report that came out last week. Could be quite a battle on their hands for sure. Dr. Clauson with Cedarville University, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.